What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here at Wall Street PR. In today's video, I'm going to be going over two different companies, two different stocks, all in one video. I'm going to be talking about some of the recent news regarding these companies, some things to look forward to in the future, and then I'm going to give my price predictions and price analysis on both of these companies. The first one is Data Storage Corporation. Ticker symbol is DTST, currently trading at $3.45. And the second one over here is AgriForce. AGRI is their ticker. I'm going to be covering them after I briefly cover Data Storage Corporation. But as you guys can see, currently trading at $3.45. They had a huge jump off this low of $2.04. You can see they actually gapped up, and that's when you can see a little bit of a gap on the chart. That's what it means, hence the name. So before I break down this chart and go over where I think they're going in the future, as always, I want to go over the company, talk about what they do, and talk about some of the recent news catalysts regarding this company. So over here on their official website, which is datastoragecorp.com/about-us, you can see since 2001, Data Storage Corporation has been providing reliable and efficient IT solutions, including infrastructure as a service, hybrid cloud solutions, disaster recovery, IBM systems and storage, software, cybersecurity, and other managed services focused on the IBM Power community across a variety of different industries. If we take a look at some of the recent news articles, you can see this is why the stock did have that gap up. That's why they did have this huge move to the upside as of late. It's because of this news right here. This is from globalnewswire.com, and this article is titled Data Storage Corporation Reports 236% Increase in Revenue and Achieves Profitability for the First Quarter of 2022. If we scroll down a little bit, you can see Chuck Peluso, CEO of Data Storage Corporation, commented, "I am pleased to report we have witnessed increased sales as well as an increase in monthly subscription services, which contributed to our revenue growth from $2.6 million to $8.7 million, a year-over-year increase of 236% for the first quarter of 2022. At the same time, we achieved positive net income and generated over $600,000 of EBITDA. We continue to deliver critically required information technology solutions to a niche multi-billion-dollar market and have invested millions of dollars to establish ourselves as a leader within the IBM Power, Cloud, Infrastructure, and Disaster Recovery industry. As anticipated, the flagship merger has positioned us as a comprehensive one-step solutions provider with the ability to cross-sell solutions across our respective clients. The synergies of the merger are already evident, as illustrated by the multi-million-dollar contract with a highly recognized national sports team announced earlier this year, as well as our expanded partnership with the Professional Fighters League. The sports industry represents just one of our several key markets we are targeting for our solutions. Importantly, we believe we are extremely well positioned to take advantage of the ever-increasing market demand for cloud infrastructure services, disaster recovery, cybersecurity, and data analytics/AI markets, which we will believe will translate to accelerated revenue growth, especially as more companies migrate their IBM Power infrastructure to the cloud." And lastly, I'm going to go over this last paragraph right here. Overall, we continue to execute on our business growth strategy, which has resulted in transformational acquisitions as well as significant contracts and new partnerships. We have built a robust proposal pipeline to support our growth, while at the same time we are increasing our sales force, expanding our marketing initiatives, as well as investing in highly skilled personnel and infrastructure. With over $13 million in cash as of March 31st, 2022, and no long-term debt, we are well positioned to take advantage of the countless opportunities within this emerging multi-billion-dollar market. Obviously, guys, that's fantastic news directly from the mouth of the CEO, and that's exactly what you want to hear as an investor in Data Storage Corporation. If we take a look back over here at the chart, you can see prior to that news, they were in a clear downtrend. Obviously, some of this has to do with the company, but the main reason was the entire market as a whole was absolutely bleeding out. We had the worst month in the market since 2008, so I don't really contribute this entire downtrend to just DTST. I think it's a kind of a whole market conditions that really did drag it down. But you can see in the past few months, in the past few years actually, all these huge spikes all the way up to about $13-14 per share, another one all the way up to $7.50, another spike up to $4.99. You can see they do have these big volatile moves and big spikes. It would be nice if they could see a sustained move, kind of like this move back here, if we could see a sustained move off of this gap up. But obviously, guys, when a stock gaps up this high, usually it does kind of pull back and eventually fill in this gap back to the downside. But nonetheless, this is fantastic news. If you can buy them, on a dip, or even really at this price at $3.45. I think it's a pretty fair, low value, conservative price target. You can see they kind of just gapped up and gained back their losses that they had from this recent pullback. So they really didn't gain anything despite coming out and saying they have a 236% year-over-year increase in revenue. I think they should be much higher. I think the minimum price target for them in the short to midterm is going to be $5 per share, and I am going to be a buyer right here around the $3 to $3.50 range. Next, to jump into our second stock of the video, this is AgriForce, AGRI, currently trading at $2.77, clearly on an uptrend. They bounced off their low of about $1.32 to $1.33 per share. If we take a look at what their company does, you can see on their About Us page, their goal is to change the game in ag tech. With years of in-depth research and development experience, we are pioneers ready to develop integrated, practical, and sustainable solutions that can be applied throughout multiple verticals in ag tech. AgriForce Solutions provides consulting services for ag tech knowledge, operational solutions, and research and development, which is augmented with controlled environment agriculture and additional agricultural facilities and platforms. We have taken a strategic and holistic view of agriculture to provide solutions that address the key challenges facing this important industry. So that's kind of a background and overview of what the company actually does. Now, if we take a look at a recent catalyst that led to this uptrend that we are currently seeing right here, you can see on investorplace.com, this article is titled AGRI stock climbs 20% on news of India's wheat export ban. If we take a look down here, you can see it's up 40% on the day today as the price of wheat skyrockets. India recently, announced it will restrict its wheat exports, and wheat futures are up more than 60% year to date, previously impacted by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. You can see in an amendment to its export policy of wheat dated Friday, May 13th, the Indian Ministry of Commerce and Industry prohibited the export of wheat, citing domestic food security concerns. On Sunday, India's Commerce Secretary BVR, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, guys, sorry, informed reporters that the country's wheat production has dropped substantially as a result of crippling heat waves in the country. India's wheat production this year is down to about 3 million tons as wheat prices in India continue to soar upwards of 40%. The current rise in prices seems to be a panic reaction rather than a reaction based on a genuine collapse in supply or a sudden shooting of demand. While the nation didn't stipulate it would make some exceptions for individual governments whose food supply is vulnerable, it's a far cry from the country's previous aspirations on the matter. This year, India had set a goal to export 10 million tons of grain. This was in an effort to help as usage global supply chain slowdown stemming from Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Despite the country's once lofty exportation goals, domestic concerns mean the country has had to backtrack on its intention to feed the world. So obviously this is positively affecting AGRI stock, which is why we saw this massive turnaround from that low of 133 to the current price of 277. They have over doubled from this low right here, from this consolidation base, and they do look pretty good. You can see this MACD indicator has crossed back upwards, which leads me to believe this could be a continuation move. You can see the volume coming in and kind of gradually picking up, and I could see them kind of testing these upwards levels somewhere around here of $3.60 per share. I think that's going to be my short-term price target for AGRI. I'll go ahead and draw this trend line in. I think they could see another continuation move all the way up to that price level, and then that's where they have had some previous resistance in the past. If I can go ahead and kind of draw this level in right about there, you can see this is where they've touched this level multiple times. They managed to break above it and hit that high of $6.10 before pulling back down, getting rejected off of it again, and then pulling down to that low. I do think they will regain those losses and shoot all the way back up to 360 to 375. I think that's my short to midterm price target, and I am a buyer at this price as well. With that said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, please do subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next one.